my YouTube channel. So I don't know why, I actually do know why, but October is kind of like my favorite one, to be honest, because it's honestly just for two reasons. One reason is the fact that it's like the month in which Halloween comes. Duh. I love Halloween. I don't even know why. My mom is like, why do you even like, but I love Halloween, whatever. Next up, I love the October weather, especially right now. The weather is like so good because it's like chilly but not too cold, and it's like the perfect weather to just drink hot coffee and just read a good book in your blanket or something like that. It's not too cold, but it's like really good weather where I am, in my place. So in October is like kind of almost over, but in October I read a few books, and I don't know why, but in October and like currently I've been kind of obsessed with murder mysteries and thriller novels and just fall music and just stuff like that. And today I'll be showing you some of my October favorite in this video. So let's get with the books that I've read in October and I love them. So I've been kind of like obsessed with murder mystery and thriller novels lately, especially right now with the Halloween and stuff coming up. I just wanted a good murder mystery novel, something like that. And this book is a Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, and I saw this book everywhere. Literally, it was in my it was in my reading list for so long, and I finally got my hands on it, and I can't even tell you just how good it was. Honestly, worth a read, so good. So my favorite part about this book was this book had a like the main character was a girl named Pip who was almost my age. She was just starting high school or something, and I loved the fact that she was such a strong-willed girl and she was such a strong character, and loved her character. She was so quirky and she was such a nerd, and she owned the fact that she was a nerd and she was so proud of it, and I loved that. And I kind of in some ways related to that character, and she was just like such a great character, and the way she did the whole investigation, and she was so smart, and I loved that about her. So it's about a little town. This story, I'm going to give you a little summary without any spoilers. So this story is set in a little town in Little Kilton. The town's name is Little Kilton. So a few years ago, there was this girl who was allegedly murdered by an Indian guy named Sal Singh, and but somehow, for some reason, Sal Singh committed suicide, and the investigation stopped right there. But Pip was always sure that there was something wrong in that case. So when she got a chance, she took the Andy Bell, was the girl who was murdered. She took the case as a school project and started the investigation. And she started the investigation back again by herself, and she took all the proofs that they had, all the little newspaper clippings, every press clippings, and like the past people who were interviewed and stuff. She got back and interviewed all those people, and she did such a great investigation. And honestly, let me tell you, the ending was so good. Like, it was the kind of ending where I just couldn't have figured that out on myself. Generally, I have a little bit of idea who could be the murderer or something like that. Not always, but sometimes I could guess in something. But in this novel, my guesses were just like above and beyond. They were not even close to the person, and it was such a good book that after reading that book for a few minutes, I just sat there and I was like, what the hell just happened? It was such a good book, and I love that these kind of books. So for me, I don't really prefer like too dark murder mysteries and just like where there's like too much dark things happening and stuff like that. So it was perfect for me because it was not too dark, but it was such a great like a murder mystery novel, and I 100% recommend this to you if you're into that kind of stuff. So this book has a sequel as well, that is A Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson as well. But the thing is, I just recently finished this one, and it's just recently started this one, so I haven't finished this one, but I'm gonna finish this soon and maybe do a book review then. So, or maybe I'll do it on my Instagram, so stay tuned for that. Link would be in my description. But I'm just started this, and I don't know what to feel about this because I just started it, but I'll let you know soon. So the next book is, I haven't read I haven't read this recently. I read this book last year, and it was recommended to me by someone. I forgot actually, but this book is, I got it last year. But the reason I'm putting it in this video and in my October favorite one is because I wanted to put on some really good murder mystery novels, and this is one of the best murder mystery slash thriller novels I've read. And it also has a sequel, that is One of Us Is Next. The thing is, I read this one recently, and I read this one last year, but I still wanted to put it in this video because, you know, whatever. So this book is about a guy who dies, and there are five students actually, his classmates, who had like a secret that the person who died, named Simon, knew about them. So those five are the suspects, and the story revolves around those five people and how or who could be the murderer in the story. And honestly, it's such a, like, it's based in high school and stuff like that. So along with the murder, there's so many high school things going on too that honestly I could like see as a high school student. I'm not a high school student, but last year I was, so I could kind of relate to that stuff. But like, it's such a good, it's like, at the end, as I said about the last book, it will leave you speechless, and I love that about this. So this one, as the sequel is One of Us Is Next by Karen McManus. This is also by Karen McManus, obviously. So this story takes us back to all the main characters and where they are now. And there's another mystery going on, and those people who were in the last novel comes back together to see what actually, or just some people like in the school, in the previous school, comes back together to see what, why, and who did that. And this one also is like such a good book. It's a little less, more like mysterious, a little bit more like dramatic, and lots of like crazy things going on, but it's still such a good book. And these are just like literally my favorite murder mysteries that I have read recently, and I recommend them to you 100%. So next up, if you know me, first of all, if you know me even a little bit, you would know that I love coffee. Okay, I just do. Okay, so recently I came across this coffee brand named Colombian Brew Coffee. It's open, don't mind that because I've already tried that, obviously. So I came across this brand known as Colombian Brew Coffee on Amazon, and I really wanted to try it, and I loved it. So I'll try to find I'll try to find it on Amazon and link it down below if you want me to. But I ordered 3 flavors. Like, there was like some kind of like package deal going on. So I ordered an instant coffee, a wild vanilla. Oh my god, I can't handle this, I'm so sorry. But I got an instant coffee, wild vanilla, and a double chocolate mocha flavor, and I loved it so much. And this is like kind of been my obsession this October, just drinking coffee. I'm trying to not drink as much coffee, but you know, I love coffee, so whatever. So this is the instant coffee one. This is my favorite out of all of them, and I've tried this instant coffee one in cold coffee as well as hot coffee, and I loved them in both. This is the double choco mocha. This is like not that amazing. It's good, but it's not that amazing to me, honestly. It tasted like Bonvita to me, and like honestly my sister told me the same thing. But it's like, in cold milk, it's actually not that bad. So it's not my favorite, but it's not that bad. This one, honestly, I loved it. This is my second favorite. This is the wild vanilla one, and this is like heaven with hot milk. You put it in hot milk and it's like actual freaking heaven. My sister is obsessed with this one as well, and it's honestly like so much of it is empty because we have drank so much of it. But this wild vanilla one is awesome. So my coffee obsession, I'm gonna keep that behind. Next up, I have some new music that I've been listening to. So I don't know if you're a Taylor Swift fan or not, but like, you must have been living under a rock if you don't know that she came up with the new album called Folklore in July, and like 23rd 24th July, something like that. and I didn't hear. I was like, it was all over the Twitter. Everyone was like going crazy and stuff, and I heard that whole album in the July end slash October, start of October, and I'm not even gonna kid you. I've been obsessed with it since then. I don't care if you are a Taylor Swift fan or not. You have to listen to Folklore. I'm not the kind of person who goes on and say that you have to try this or you have to. I just tell people recommendation, and if they don't want to, it's okay. But this one, the it's beautiful. The album is so good, and the songs are just out of this world beautiful, and I've been obsessed with it since. So it's not exactly just in my October, it was like my August, September, and honestly till October I'm obsessed with it. So the lyrics are so good, and I just can't, okay, I just can't, I'm obsessed with it. So I've been obsessed with that album. Next up, I recently found a song. Named Home for the Summer, and I don't know if it's a new song or an old song, but I recently found it on Instagram Reels, honestly. So it's a song about a girl wrote a song about leaving her best friend behind and going to different cities and starting a new life, which I related to a lot because I'll be going off to college probably in January or something, because the corona is happening. So I'm having online classes right now. So I don't know when I'm going to be going to college, but it's like it hits you so much more when you can relate to a song. And it's called Home for the Summer. Don't remember who the singer is, but I'll put it somewhere on the screen. I'll just check and I'll put it in the screen, and or maybe I'll link it in the description. But it's called Home for the Summer, and I don't remember the singer. I'm so sorry, but it's such a beautiful. I get so much like fall vibes, and like obviously I can relate to it as well because of my situation right now. So that also is like a, that's the reason, another reason why I've been. So now I'm going to be talking about some web series slash movies that I've watched recently. So I'm going to start up with a very like famous right now, and everybody's been talking about it. Yes, I'm talking about Emily in Paris on Netflix. If you don't know about it, you must be living under a rock, because it's everywhere on Instagram, YouTube, and stuff like that. It's everywhere, and everybody, honestly, around me, like a few of my friends and stuff, were watching it as well, and they recommended it to me. And I had like better expectations. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't bad or anything, but I didn't love it, and I expected a little bit more from it. So it's basically about this girl named Emily Cooper, who suddenly out of nowhere gets an opportunity to work in Paris under this like luxurious brand as a marketing manager. And then she has no idea about France or Paris. She doesn't know French at all, but she goes there, and there she start posting on her Instagram as Emily in Paris, and that's where the name comes from, and she gets really popular on Instagram and stuff like that. So it's about her and her journey and how she meets people and how she adjusts in France and stuff like that. I'm gonna be honest with you, the first when I started watching it, like the first few episodes, I didn't like it at all. I was like, what is happening? The story doesn't make sense. I don't even know what's happening. Like nothing makes sense, to be honest, for me at first. Nothing made sense for me at first, but after like fourth or fifth episode, it got better. The storytelling got better. It got like more interesting. There were like dramas and stuff like that, and that was honestly a lot more interesting than before. So, and the thing is, they ended it on a very weird note. Like they ended it, and I was so mad because I was like, I want to know what happened next, and this is so wrong. I don't get it. I want to see what happened next and stuff like that. And I think they're going to be having a season 2 because they ended in such an abrupt way. So I think there has to be a season 2 in this. And I honestly want to tell you that it's not like a great, it's not like amazing or great or something like that. It's a good one-time watch, and that's just my personal opinion. It doesn't mean that if you loved it, or it's not like it's your something like that. If you loved it, good for you, but honestly I didn't love it as much. But it's like a one-time good watch, so if you want to watch it, sure, go watch it. But for me it was okay, and it wasn't that great and stuff like that. but it was good. It wasn't bad. I liked Lily Collins' acting. The actors were really good. The storytelling could have been a little bit better, but that's just my personal opinion. Other than that, not a bad movie in all. So not a bad series. I'm so sorry. So next up, I watched this movie recently, that is Enola Holmes. So I have been kind of, as I said before, I've been obsessed with murder mystery and thriller movies and novels and stuff like that. And I've watched so many Sherlock Holmes movies, series, and stuff like that. And I really like Sherlock Holmes. So Enola Holmes is basically Sherlock Holmes' sister. That we have, honestly, I didn't hear about it ever before, but so it's the actress Millie Bobby Brown has portrayed the character of Enola Holmes, and I think Millie is very talented and she's such an amazing actress. So I really wanted to watch the movie because of her, and she was as usual amazing in that movie. The story is good. It's like funny, cute, and mysterious, and a lot of things are happening. So it's a good movie, and I personally really liked it a lot. Not as much as I like Sherlock Holmes, but it's still like such a good movie. It's such a like good one-time watch for me. And if you're up for that kind of movies, definitely recommend them for you. But yeah, honestly, I really liked it. So that's about it. I know I've not been posting recently because I've just been really busy with the college stuff and that, stuff like that. But I recently just, my college and everything just kind of settled, and I just started my online classes. So I'm slowly getting back in schedule, and I'll try to post as much as I can possibly. And thank you so much for sticking up with me and not like unsubscribing and not just hating on me. Thank you, really thank you so much for that. So that is this for this video. That is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.